From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Good morning, or good afternoon, actually, everyone. You know, we did see, of course, the rainfall to start off the day for the coast. So far, through the first half of the morning at least, we did see about a quarter to over a half of an inch of rainfall for many portions along the north coast, along the coast itself. For some of the inland areas as well, we'll be tacking on a lot more than that as we go through the day today, and not to mention really over the next 24 to 36 hours or so, as we do have more rain in the forecast. So there is going to be a possibility for some thunderstorms in there as well for everyone, not only of the coast or even the inland areas, but the valley could see a chance for a few thunderstorms, even some of the higher elevations, although the chances in the higher elevations may be a bit slimmer for those lightning strikes. Flooding concerns for the north coast. There are those flood advisories out there, mudslides and debris flows, especially around the burn scar area of the Six Rivers complex, for example. And there will also be some travel issues in the mountains. But really, the main concerns for chain requirements really won't take place until tonight and tomorrow, when those snow levels will really begin to drop. And again, those snow levels dropping tonight and not to mention tomorrow. So this is the main band of moisture that's coming through today. We've also got a disturbance kind of coming in behind that that's going to kind of help to reinforce and bring in more rain later on today and not to mention tonight. Behind that is another system. That's right here. That's what's coming in on Thursday, and it'll be more in the way of scattered showers and thunderstorms, although some brief periods of heavy rainfall for some of us. So here you can see around the noon hour, we are seeing some of that rain here for the valley, and then that will be pushing itself eastward here as we go into 2 o'clock this afternoon. That main band of rain is off to the east. Now notice the snow. We're seeing these dark blues indicating some pretty heavy snow, but that's above 6,000 and 7,000 feet. We're on the back edge of that main batch of rain, but we are seeing some rain still this afternoon for the valley. And again, we can't rule out a chance for a few isolated thunderstorms. But notice behind that, it's drying out, but we could see some redevelopment here over many of the mountain locations here of Trinity County, Siskiyou County as well. And it looks like things, for the most part, beginning to dry out later on this evening here for the valley, but still some decent rain, and not to mention high elevation snow off into the eastern mountains. We take you into tonight at about 10 o'clock. Now we're starting to see those snow levels begin to drop. This is when we could start to see some chain requirements down to, say, around 3,500, 4,500 feet. So even places like around Mount Shasta City on I-5, we could also on Highway 89 around Snowman Summit. But I don't anticipate any chain requirements on Highway 299. It'll be borderline, I think, especially as we go into Thursday for places like Buckhorn Summit, for example. But I think most of the chain requirements will be north on I-5 and especially east of I-5 over some of those higher mountain passes. Thursday morning, we've got that next disturbance coming in for the coast. We're seeing another round of heavy rain. And we do have, of course, that rain pushing eastward into the valley by the mid-morning hours, seeing some heavy snow making its way once again down to as low as, say, around 3,000 feet, give or take, depending on where you are. Probably mainly above 3,000 feet, though. Noon on Thursday. Tomorrow, we're still seeing a lot of that snow out there. Notice the valley just not seeing a ton of rain at this point, but we could still be looking at some scattered showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms in the valley through the day on Thursday. The snow is beginning to taper off as we go into Thursday night. And by Friday, it's finally out of here, and we'll be dealing with just those cooler temperatures, but dry conditions for Friday, and not to mention through most of the weekend. For today, there you can see the areas in green is where we do have the best chance for thunderstorms to develop. Chances are a bit slimmer here for tomorrow, but I still expect even for the valley to possibly see some thunderstorms here for tomorrow afternoon as well. Rainfall estimates, as you can see, we are approaching an inch, especially around the Redding area, but probably closer to a quarter to a half of an inch south of Redding. There's, of course, where most of the rainfall is out along the coast. That's the reason why we do have that flood watch through tonight, although that may extend into Thursday as well, simply because we are going to be looking at periods of heavy rainfall again, and that could create some more problems. Snowfall total estimates, yeah, I think some of those lower elevations like Mount Shasta City 1 to 2 inches, maybe around Alturas as well in Chester. But Weaverville, Hayfork, I think it's all mainly going to be in the form of rain. You may at some points in time see a bit of a rain-snow mix for Weaverville and Hayfork, but I don't anticipate any accumulating snow in the Weaverville and Hayfork area. Let's talk about the winds. There's a wind advisory for central and northeastern Siskiyou County and Modoc County. And this is going to be for Siskiyou County until about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon and until about 10 o'clock tonight for Modoc County. And that's because we're seeing the winds lasting a little bit longer as we head off into the eastern mountains here tonight. There's noon today. Now we'll take you through the afternoon. 5 o'clock, you see how the winds are dying down. This is when the wind advisory will be allowed to expire for Siskiyou County. But still some gusty winds, especially on the east side of Modoc County and in the eastern mountains in general. And then the winds really no longer much of a factor here as we take you through the day on Thursday. Long range, well, there you can see on Sunday, could see maybe another chance for a few showers here and there, especially to the north and west, but for the most part, it is dry throughout the weekend. And take a look at next week. This system is going to approach, but it may break apart before hitting us. Another one coming behind that toward the end of next week. This looks to kind of swing down south into Southern California. But really, bottom line, through next week, most likely, at this point, it looks like dry conditions. Your wave heights for today, upwards of about 14 feet, especially as you start heading out to sea. They may drop slightly, just by a couple of feet here by the time we do go into your Thursday. All right, so for today, showers, again, maybe even some thunderstorms, especially in the valley and for the mountains to the west. Otherwise, slimmer chances for at least thunderstorms off to the north and to the east today. Looking at your 7-day outlook, we're going to be talking about some of those snow levels out there, 6,000 feet and higher through most of the day today. But by this evening and tonight, they'll start to drop. And by tonight, tomorrow morning, we're seeing those snow levels down between 3,000 feet from Mount Shasta City to about 4,000 feet as you start heading closer to the northern Sierra. For your Friday, it's dry. We keep it dry through most of next week. However, some of the northern counties like Siskiyou, Modoc County may see a little bit of activity on Sunday. Snow levels fairly high, around 4,500 feet. Taking a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley, showers and thunderstorms today. Could be looking at some heavy rain at times as we go through the afternoon, and then more showers and possible thunderstorms here as we go into Thursday. Thursday is going to be more in the way of scattered, isolated showers and thunderstorms developing here, but there will be a brief period of time when a disturbance passes through, giving us some moderate rainfall at times. Friday, it dries out. Through the weekend, we stay dry. It should be dry even into early next week. Your 7-day outlook for the coast could see some thunderstorms as well. That's also the case for the inland areas. And snow levels today, 6,000 feet for Weaverville, and not to mention, in Trinity County in general. And then as we go into your Thursday, that's when those snow levels start to drop. I've got that chance for showers on Sunday for the coast and inland, and of course drying out again for early next week.